He bought a house. It's actually in Tonawanda, I think.
With what?
Well, that's where
Bought a house with what?
That's the parish he was in. His last parish was
St. Amelia's.
Amelia's, yeah.
Well, he had the cabin up in Rushford, or
Well, that wasn't his cabin, right? I thought that belonged to the church.
it was his. No.
That was his.
Thunder Bay. It was.
That no, it was Rushford.
No, he had the place in Thunder Bay, in Canada.
That we went to, that we drowned at.
No,
That
he
was
went.
Rushford, wasn't it?
That was Rushford.
No, that was Rushford. But then he go up to Thunder Bay. He sold that place and went to Thunder Bay.
Oh, I don't know about that. I thought he still had the Rushford one. It's possible.
So, Mandy, are you asking where the nearest burn hospital is because you think somebody jacked me up, or because you hurt yourself?
Does he live in the area? This guy?
Yeah, he does.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was on Jewett.
Is that because you think somebody jacked me up? Which it's too late now. I read the comment too late, so I don't know what somebody said to me. I'm assuming Oat said something, and you. Yeah, dude, I'm amazed that's still a laundromat.
So am I.
I always
I
look
was
at it.
amazed that one on Merrimack was still there.
I
And
don't.
then I walked by there, and the old lady was still sitting there sweeping.
The college kids use that, man. You know.
Well, the one on Merrimack.
Dude, that one on Custer is
And
all
then she
updated.
died, and then they turned.
No, it was Oat's comment about the. To Tony.
Dude, that one
Oh.
on Custer, it's
Oh,
all
yeah.
upgraded. They got
Is
all
it?
brand new machines in there.
Wow, it looks the same on the outside.
Yeah.
It does look exactly the same. Yeah, 100%. How do you know there's new machines in there? Because you went in there?
Because I see the place when I pick Justin up to take him to work.
I never look in that window. I just look at the building itself. You know what else too? Right next to it, that stupid little store has been a million little.
Oh, yeah.
Oh my God! Yeah. Somebody opens something in there every 6 months. Like the owner must have no leases with these people and just they open close. It was a
They're all
hookah
mo-
shop, a
they're all
coffee
month to
shop, a
month.
Where's
bookstore,
this at?
all in the same 6 months.
What place?
It's the little tiny. It's that door immediately next to the laundromat.
Yeah.
That we're talking about, Custer. There, I always look at it. It's like the front changes, and I think I'm crazy. I'm like, as I drive by, I'm like, did that change or did it? And then you realize, no, it didn't.
I still have my house in Cheektowaga, and it's on Borden and French. You know where EJE is?
Oh, yeah.
It's next to that. It used to be a Pizza Hut, and that place has changed hands like 50 times since in 20
What do you do
years.
with the house? You rent it?
My kids are there now.
Oh, both?
Yeah, believe it or not. Yeah, Matt left like 5 years ago. Now he's back.
Well, he's working at Geico, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah, that's what he was telling me the last time we went to see you.
Well, he's been working at Geico for a while. I remember you telling me that. Whenever.
Yeah, he's been there like 5 years now.
Dude, Shay is a punky 16-year-old man.
Yeah.
I don't even care if you're watching, Shay.
Spitting image, huh?
Yup.
Probably.
Yeah.
No, I don't know about that. I don't know about that. You know what the difference is, actually?
She's 16 or?
Yeah. Yeah, she'll be 17 soon. You know what the difference is, to be honest with you? I was a scammer. That I acted or at least I felt this way. I felt that whatever I was doing, I was acting in my own best self-interest. Like, if I needed Sister Agnes Marie to get off my shit, I would ass kiss. If I needed my father or mother to do something, which wasn't much, but I wasn't sitting there in their face at the same 5 minutes that I needed them to do something.
You were soft soaping.
Yeah, it was. Yeah, I was a spineless.
It's
like
called sociopath.
Yeah, that's
Sociopathy. Yes. Yes.
I'm sure I'm gonna get a burn joke now from Solmani. But a lot of this
put out that
behavior,
fire.
a lot of this behavior is not in its best self-interest. And I'm like, listen, man, is that like not the super ego developed there? What are you doing? There's a couple ways this goes. One of them's the highway. You know what I'm saying? Like I'm pretty easy. Like I'll bend over backwards and do whatever. But you can't fuck me off and then say, give me a ride. I'm like, what are you doing right now? I feel like if I do that, I'm teaching you the wrong lesson the rest of your life. Right? Do like I did in college. Scam. Like you know what I'm saying? I need a ride, talk nice to me, and even though I go, oh God, you must need something. But that's the game of life, right? Because you're going to find this out anyway. You're going to find out that people don't react well to being...
You got to increase your charisma level.
Yeah. It's like I had girlfriends that were heavy set and in a bad mood. It's like, come on, man. You don't get both. You got to go on a diet, though. You know what gets the bitch of me? Hot chicks. Not ugly, fat ones. It's like, come on, dude. You know what I'm saying? You got to just sort of dance with who brung you in life, and that's my gripe.
This will go over big.
Yeah. Like I'm ready to be scammed. You know what I'm saying? I'm ready for you to
You're
make
begging
the
for it.
right decision.
You're begging for it.
You need A, and so you produce this to get A. That's the thing. You produce an event, whatever it is. But the negative event doesn't get you A, and that's just not.
You
good idea.
seize
Cage
the
right
moment.
there, right next to the board.
What's that?
Oh yeah. Here, throw it in.
What color is it?
It's blue. It's mine. It's under here.
Was that from that?
You
Good
cheated.
eye.
I knew
Oh,
it.
yeah,
I
yeah.
win.
Yeah, I had an extra single army
Good
hidden
eye.
under my
That puts
lights.
you right over.
Everywhere you wanted it to be.
That puts you right over the top.
Yeah. So
Did you ever
anyway,
consider making
You know, if you
computer
look at
games
these in the
instead
box,
of
they're
we
not
have an
like-
electronic version of this.
What's that?
Yeah.
You look at these in the box.
But
they don't
no,
look
to be
that
honest with you,
similar.
Mark, we
Oh,
and
I know.
again, this is a tough night
Yeah,
to
it's hard to
say
see it
this,
on the
but
board though.
you clearly don't remember, but we competitively played a lot of board games and spent a lot of time in your front room. And because of that, I played a lot of board games as I got older, and because of that, I played a lot of computer games. And those melded together. This is like a life's work of bringing all that together. I mean, it's real. If you guys played Ghost of Vera, you'd like it. I'm not kidding you, but it would be a heavy lift because you guys are just getting used to it. It's a lot of fun, and in a lot of ways, it's not. I don't want to say it's less confusing than Risk, but it's just
It's busier.
You've changed
Well, it's
the
a lot.
rules at least twice since the last time I played it. And
Changed
that
what
was
rules?
like 3 months ago.
Oh, these rules have been modified, changed.
What are you talking about? These
For
rules
Ghost
have not
of-
changed in 3 months. These rules
the
haven't
last
changed.
time I was here in May,
May.
so June, July, August.
You didn't understand attrition, but that hasn't changed.
That one hasn't. No.
Your confusion
But
was
you've had rules changes, haven't you?
not since May, dude. No, these
No.
rules have
They're
been.
called updates.
No, what we do is have variants,
Edit-
like the
edits.
Risk Expert rules. Like you can move all your armies.
Yeah.
In the back page.
Modifications.
Well, no, in the back page of the rules, but like so when you look at the adventurer
It's
guide,
like
and
with
this, it's
Risk
got-
with the advanced rules.
Yeah, exactly. We've got variations on the back page, but I couldn't understand attrition. So that's what you're probably remembering.
Maybe.
You don't remember a rule change.
So do you think this game could appeal to the same audience that would play that, or is it way too...
I think this is a step up from Risk for sure, for sure. Both in quality and what what I think this is.
I would
This is
think this game should appeal to
there's a
people
really
who enjoy
easy way to
Risk.
answer this. This is Dungeons and Dragons in a board game format with Risk type mechanics. That's what it is. And it's always different every time you play it. It's never the same game twice. Which is what I don't like about Risk, because it's really... Dude, let's face it, why did I win?
Australia.
Because I pulled 3 or 4 of them, and you guys did not attack me. If we play this game 800 more times, I get 3 Australias, you guys aren't letting me up for air. There's no way. You're just not going to let it happen. You're going to be making treaties in the second move. You're going to be doing all these things, because you've played it a lot. This is makes that harder. That's broken. This makes a lot of that go away. A lot. There is no way to break this. It's not breakable. There's no easy way. There's no blah, blah, blah. And the funny thing is anybody can win it. But you can ensure your...
The random map is huge, though. That
It is, and everybody at the
huge-
mall said that today,
They
too.
they loved
Yeah.
it. They were really. We were
Yeah.
getting a lot of positive and enthusiastic feedback when they realized that every single map layout is going to be different for each game.
Yeah. Yeah. It's never... I've played this 8,000 times. It's never been the same game twice. It can't be, to be honest with you. There's trillions of combinations.
Yeah,
You draft a player... Like, you know how all our armies are the
it's
same?
like the common cold
In this,
You could get
all
one after
these
the other.
characters
Yeah.
are all different. They play the
consecutively
map
for the rest of your life, and you'd
All
never
of them.
you'll
There's-
never have
This
gone
character has a
and had
completely different set of
all
skills
the
than
common
this character.
Well,
cold
it
strains
changes.
that
And how
that
you
exist.
move and stuff. And all the geography comes out like Fog of War.
Yeah.
And so that's why at the beginning of the game you have to draft. Like when Tony rolled high, Tony would pick first. Oat moves first because he went last, just like fantasy football drafts. And Tony would pick whichever character he wanted here. And you might have wanted that one. Fuck. And then you got to pick something else. And then when Oat goes last. So even the first 2 seconds of the game is a lot of strategy to it. And then the setup is 5 seconds. The setup, you're in. That took way longer to set up than what we did.
Yeah.
When
Oh
We
yeah.
didn't know what we were doing.
I'm still amazed. Risk is, there's games that take an hour to set up. There's like Gloomhaven, right?
Gloomhaven.
Yeah. Yeah, like when Drew rolls a 3, I get called Drew Carey because I'm fat. I don't know what that is. Yeah.
Ask Troll.
But a lot of games have a lot of setup. I mean, this you're in. It's fun if you watch the videos. The problem is when you watch it on Twitch, it looks like we're doing like crazy amounts of busy work. And it's just because we know how to play, so we go fast. The other thing, too, if we all played, when you sit in the same room playing the same game with people, you actually don't play the game that well, you play the people.
Mm-hmm.
Angela, Hagee, myself, Klein to a lesser extent, all are we know what everyone's going to do, And so your ability to win the game has less to do with being good at the game as it does being good at making sure Chris can't do what he wants.
It's
Or
become a
Hagee
case
can't-
of reading the
Yeah,
other players.
yeah, because we were at Dragon Snacks Games, we had the whole thing set up, and they had an 11-year-old there that was like a savant, this kid Jackson. And he was real talkative, and I thought he was the coolest dude. And he wanted to play the game with us. And so he sat in the mobile studio we have at this table that we take with us. And he played, and he did something none of us have ever done. And it seemed so crazy. But at the end of the game, all of Sumer was exposed, and all of us were broke. And I said, this fucking kid, man, he did, I don't even know if
He's got a thing here.
Yeah, he did. Yeah, and I call it the Jackson factor. And sometimes, depending upon the draft and how my game starts, I pull the Jackson. I'm pulling the Jackson, right?
He would automatically go after anyone, whether he had anything or nothing.
He sat down and looked at the
Whether there
whole
was
structure
anything
of
to
it, and he said, I'm
gain
attacking
from
you.
it
He
or
called me
not.
punching him in the
He would
face.
just-
He's like, I'm punching everybody in the face. I would say, Jackson, you have a lot of stuff, and that person has nothing. And he goes, I don't care. Doesn't matter. I'm like, you have everything to lose.
I'm punching him in the face.
He's like, I'm just attacking. He was attacking people that had nothing. And the whole board came out, and everyone was broke. No one had any lapis. Nobody could beat Nana. There was no armor. And all because Jackson was wandering around just kicking the shit out of
So
everybody.
basically, you got whooped by an 11-year-old.
Well, I don't think he won.
No, he didn't.
No, Connor won. Yeah, this guy Connor that sat with us in the tent. And
He's
won.
one of the employees over at
Yeah,
Dragon
that was
Snack.
our first game when we set up that day. But I still contend that if you could sit down and make everybody broke,
It's an idea.
it is, because then you could get a lucky roll on Nana. The problem is it's such an insecure way to go about your adventure.
Yeah.
It's so insecure. Like you would not,
Well, I mean, there's
what I do is I wait till shit's going bad, and then I will drag.
There's a lot of
everybody.
planets that have
Fuck
to
it.
line up for you to be able to do it effectively. Also.
Yeah, I don't know if you can win because clearly Jackson didn't, but he made sure nobody else could, and that was interesting to me. So anyway, Mark, the reason I say that is because you could play this game, figure it out after 2 or 3 times, and you might do something different, and it would be interesting to see. That's why we keep saying on Twitch, anybody that wants to come in the studio, people today that were buying the game, they were like,
Come on down.
I was
Yes.
pushing that. I was really
Everybody
yeah,
pushing it.
come on down. We are dying to play people other
Come
than
to our
us.
house and play our game.
Angela would
The
love to
Fab
use.
Five will all sign the box for you.
We've done that. We've done that.
I'm not signing shit.
Not anymore.
Yeah. No,
We'll
we
flick our
signed.
ashes on it.
Never again.
We signed a couple today, actually. That one guy wanted us to take the cellophane off and sign the inside of the box when he bought one. But it's. I thought it was. I tell a lot of people it's like Risk and Dungeons and Dragons, but that Risk is really simple. That's not. I mean, that's. This is like Risk squared. But it's adventuring. Did I tell you what it's based on?
No.
In 2003, when we invaded Iraq, one of the interesting things, remember in the late 80s and 90s, mitochondrial DNA testing on the whole planet. There was all kinds of documentaries and Nova and Frontline and all this stuff. And all that science had come to the thing. And in southern Iraq, after we invaded Iraq, I was so interested in September of that year, I remember that I saw all these UN planes landing. And there were all these people getting off the planes, and they were doing DNA testing. And I thought, what the fuck is that about? Like, I just thought that was interesting to me. And 6 months